bit of an update on my Himalayan. I love this bike. I bought it in 2017. It's the first edition. It's carburetted, but it also came with some very weird style of tyre. But then I went on the release of the new fuel-injected models a year or so later, and they were fitted with Pirellis, so I thought, okay, I really could feel a big difference. I went and got Pirelli Scorpions for this bike, changed it. Now, any motorcyclist knows that the tyre profile and the tread pattern is just absolutely crucial to make the most out of the frame geometry and the suspension, and it all comes together as a package sometimes. Some tyres work with some bikes and some don't, but I can assure you, Pirelli Scorpions on an Enfield Himalayan, it's the only way to go. Choices, nothing touches it. I experimented with mufflers. I made my own and I like to hear them. I made a see-through jobby that was nice and loud and added a little bit to it. You could just feel it. Maybe some of that was mental, but then when I decided I was going to keep the bike forever and ever, I went to the expense of a stain tune. Now, it's not really that much money given that they last a lifetime. I've got stain tunes on some of my other bikes. It's usually the ones I'm keeping forever. You know, I've had a set on the Harley since 1987, and they've been polished maybe half a dozen times. The bike's got 750,000 Ks on it. No dramas at all. I got a set that we made, custom made at the Stain Tune factory on my old BMW. They're still going. That would have been 1989. And, oh, look, there's such a thing as exhaust systems, then there's good exhaust systems, and then there's the best exhaust system in the world, and that's Stain Tune, all right? Talking about the best in the world, the headlight isn't. It's pretty pathetic from standard, especially with old eyes. You know, it's not a great thing. So I upgraded it with a set of Light Force spotlights. These are work lights. One of them is a bit of a spotlight and the other one is a broad spread. They're only little. I've got them mounted underneath there on an earth system so that they come on when I switch on the earth to them as opposed to anything else. That, for a whole lot of reasons, it makes it easier to wire and safer. It also gives it awesome light. Now, they're only little. If you're going to do something like this, get the best, okay? And Light Force are the best. There are other brands. You can buy things on eBay for next to nothing that'll do a job. They won't do that job and they won't last as long. I know this. I've been using Light Force on the trucks for years. They really are good. The difference is amazing. The Enfield boxes, great stuff. You know, worth every penny. I'm actually going to buy another set for my Suzuki DR650, I think. I've just been using soft luggage on that, but these are just too good. I've had a wheel on this, a truck wheel, resting on the back and taken it to town to be repaired. Not had any dramas at all. They've got all the strength in the world. At some stage, you know, you've got to upgrade the air filter on just about anything if you want a machine to work properly. So I went to a BMC, which is without a doubt a superb air filter for something like this. Now, the combination of more air in and more exhaust out, plus that beautiful note from the Stain Tune, meant that I had to richen up the carby just a little bit, not much at all. If it was fuel injection, you wouldn't even bother playing with it. What else did I do? Well, because I use this bike for going out finding tracks for my four-wheel drive work and stuff like that, that's just sheer fun really, isn't it? And I take it prospecting occasionally, and I've got this thing about I just want to keep going, you know. I don't want to be restricted by fuel range. So I made these brackets up. I think at probably $5 worth of steel in there and 15 bucks worth of plastic jerry cans that go in. And I can carry an extra 10 litres of fuel. That gives me a range up in the sort of 600-700 Ks easy, no problems. And quite often I just put a bag in there when I go shopping too. Why do I use it for shopping? Well, you would if you had one. You can park anywhere, you can go anywhere, and it's just an awesome little gig for stuff like that. It really is. Any problems with the basic bike itself? No. It's also very, very easy to maintain. I love oil changes. This bike is so easy to change oils and filters on, it's not funny. Things like that, you know, you can get at the spark plug with a monkey wrench. You can do pretty much anything you need to do is really easy on a Himalayan. So, look, I've got tons of bikes. I love my motorbikes. But this little one, well, you know what? It's just earned a place in the shed by just being basically too good. Few modifications made it even better. What isn't it good at? Well, the only thing I'd put down is soft sand, and that's because it's carrying a bit extra weight, you know, like some of us. And at the end of the day, the only thing that works with soft sand is lots of power and a big fat tyre. Great machine, especially with a few modifications. I had to fit a helmet lock, all the features it's got, fuel gauge, compass, you know, a good tacho, all the rest of it. Didn't have a helmet lock. I got one on eBay for a few bucks, no dramas at all. I'll probably slice the mirrors and extend them in a while, because some of my winter jackets are a bit wide for the mirrors, but really as a bike to motor around town and everything else, especially now I can hear it, especially now I've got good rubber and everything else, it's such a joy. Awesome bike.